So we are back with some more upcoming mods for Fallout 4, changing the look of things a little bit. I mean, there's nothing really for me to say in this intro. I always feel like I should include an intro because it almost feels unnatural not to, but at the same time, do you want me to just repeat the same thing every time? I did that for like 100 episodes straight, and it's not fun, so we're just going to get right into the first mod. I don't know if this is the name of the mod, but it's listed as Agony. That's the name of the picture, and it's in the actual picture. More or less, this is going to be a mod by May Samwicker. This is the mod author that worked on parts of Canteens of the Commonwealth, as well as components redone. So it seems like this is going to be a new mod to overhaul kind of the disease section of Fallout 4 survival. Basically, right now you can get a disease from a bunch of different things, and then to cure that disease you take some antibiotics or you go to a doctor, and that's pretty much it. The diseases have different effects and stuff like that, but as you can see by that yellow text on screen, there's going to be some new drugs and new models. That's what we see right now, some new models for some of the existing drugs in the game. But then even a little bit more interesting is there going to be special drugs for every disease. So maybe if you have mole rat poisoning or something like that, you're going to need one drug, but if you have a different and maybe even a bit more of a severe disease, you're going to have to use a different kind of drug. Not just one antibiotic fixes all. And in addition, to even further expand the system, it does say that the new disease effects are going to be implemented, so pain, blood loss, and wounds. So basically it seems like as you do have different diseases, you may have different impacts from those diseases. Blood loss would be pretty interesting, so basically you'll lose health at a consistent rate, or even just pain, maybe you can't have full manipulation of certain things. And then of course a wound would probably mean that maybe one of your limbs does get wounded, and then you have the effects of that. All around, this seems like a very interesting mod. I like that this is not just a bunch of retextures, but actually aiming to expand the system. I think it'll definitely be pretty interesting, and for those of us playing survival, I think it'd be a no-brainer to download this. It'll up the difficulty just a little bit and kind of flesh out the system a bit more. So we have a pretty cool one. This is going to be called Walther PPK. More or less what this is going to be is a deliverer replacement. The deliverer is that kind of silence pistol that does appear in Fallout 4. The Walther PPK is a World War II era pistol that I'm sure a lot of us do remember from different movies. James Bond uses one, and even some of the different video games do have it available. Regardless, it definitely has a similar feel and even look to the deliverer, so it's going to fit pretty well into the game. Plus this image actually does the gun a lot of justice. Although the background doesn't contrast so well, it kind of blends in with it. The gun itself and the texture quality is definitely top notch. It looks extremely sharp, and it all around seems like something that'll be quite a bit of fun to use and a good way to mix up the game a little bit. So we have some more updates to the combat code with cyberarm. This actually has had a bunch of different names, so I'm not sure what to actually call it, but that's what the name of these latest images are. This is going to be a pretty unique armor in the sense that in addition to adding in this kind of armor, it also is going to have that robotic arm to kind of mix it up and make it stand out from the rest. This mod is currently being worked on by Jamba. He has made a ton of different power armor mods in the past, and a lot of really cool ones, especially when Fallout 4 had just come out. Now, as you can see, he is returning with this really cool armor, and again, I really like the look of that mechanical hand. It'd be cool to have it maybe be compatible with other armor types, but even if it is just for this armor, I definitely think this is a pretty versatile and appropriate armor for the Fallout 4 setting. It seems like something that you could see a lot of characters wearing, and it's not too polarizing one way or the other. I think a lot of people would like this, and even if the arm is only available with this one, they probably still will use it. Yesterday in Mods Weekly, I actually showed you some police officer uniforms. So there's actually been a few updates to that mod, or work in progress updates, I guess. First and foremost, we do have some updates to the hat. The existing one was kind of just a retexture of the existing mailman hat, and although it looked pretty good, it wasn't maybe the highest quality. Some people definitely did notice that and did complain about it. So the mod author has begun work on creating a new hat. That's what you're seeing right now. The left side is going to be the vanilla version, while the right side is going to be the new one he is working on. There's only some minor tweaks, but it definitely does go a pretty long way when you've kind of seen the vanilla hat so many times. But in my eyes, even a little bit cooler is he did take some of the suggestions and actually incorporate this Boston police uniform into that leveled list of some of the Diamond City security. So this image is of one of the Diamond City security. He is just now wearing the Boston police uniform. I think this is really cool. I think that would create a really cool feel for the Diamond City security, and it kind of makes sense for the Diamond City security to wear the Boston police uniform. It doesn't feel super out of place. I know a lot of people have actually attempted mods like this in the past, but no one has actually finished one. There's only been a bunch of work in progress ones, so actually having one now to download probably in the next few days is pretty exciting. So if you like the police officer uniform, then you'll probably like this. This is going to be called the police car retexture. It's going to be part of the Fallout Cascadia project. It is personally being worked on by Raw Creations, and more or less what it's aiming to do is add in some new car specific meshes and just all around overhaul the look of the police car in game. It definitely looks really good from this image. Granted, it might look a little bit different in game, but definitely based on this image alone, I'm very excited for it. This is obviously only going to be a small part of Fallout Cascadia. It's going to be a much larger mod, but even just little things like this, seeing totally custom made cars and just new and unique assets around Seattle as you explore it, I think they're going to really add up and make it feel like a totally different and enhanced experience. So it's definitely nice to see this. This car looks very high quality, and as always, I'm excited to see what else these guys are working on. So to wrap things up, we have what is going to be an update to the Walther Tec power armor, and that's going to be a bunch of different paint jobs available for it. So obviously right now we do have kind of a full black paint job, but then in addition, it seems like in the future we're going to be getting a classic Walther Tec paint, which I really like. I think that is something that probably should have shipped with the mod, but regardless, it's nice to get it in an update. Then we do have a hot rod paint, a military camo, and a navy camo. Personally, again, I really think the Walther Tec paint is the one that I'm going to most enjoy using with this armor. Some of the other ones are going to fit some different people's needs. Maybe you like the hot rod one, or maybe you just like feeling tactical and have that military camo on your power armor. Even the full black one does look pretty cool. I think it is a little bit darker than the current version we do have right now, although obviously it's going to be very similar. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode. There was a lot of smaller and simpler mods, or maybe updates to mods, so I kind of made this one or a little bit longer by including them all together. As always though, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know in the comments down below, out of all of the mods I showed you, all 6 of them, which was your favorite in this episode. I'm really excited for that Diamond City Police Officer update. I mean, the outfit obviously already exists as a downloadable mod, but having it integrated into the level list I think will be pretty huge and something I'm excited for. Expect to see that in a video coming soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. As always, again, thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.